Hi there everybody, how's it going? This is Matt the Tomato right here. Thanks so much for tuning in and welcome back to some more SimCity 4, where the region is one big city. We are down to our last two tiles. I've just actually spent a little bit of time off camera coming up with some names for these two cities, but also we need to organise how we're going to do it. So, medium density stuff in this corner, possibly, yeah, mostly medium density stuff in this corner, field, things like that. But I've actually decided I'm going to have a crack at building something that I haven't yet built. So there's obviously a little bit of hill there. But I was going to have a go at building something that, well, I don't know, maybe trying to do something that resembles something historic. So what I was going to do was actually going to go maybe not that high. Do I want to do it that high? Maybe. Okay, so let's start off with this. So I'm going to do a little bit of terrain manipulation here. And I almost want to do Mesa. No, it's too high now. So the issue is now that that's now too high. Although that's kind of interesting. I don't want the water, but actually this is perfect. That is exactly what I was after. Right. Let's flatten this out a little bit around the outside here so that it's not too moundy. And then a little bit higher. Sort of do something a little bit like that. So basically, what I'm actually trying to design here is a little bit of a hill fort. So you know, like a hilltop sort of castle. You know, like a little bit historic. So it's like a mound. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to design here. So, it's not easy because I was thinking about how to actually build a castle at the top, and because there's no tools. I'm pretty sure there's some excellent mods out there that will allow you to build like walls and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure there's a way of doing that, but we could try to build something like that. So this is going to be for a long-time follower of my channel. He's already got a piece in this region, but I'm going to name this for Martin Temple. Because he has been a long-time follower of my channel, but also the piece that I named after him was actually the industrial estate, which is dirty and smelly and horrible. So I wanted to create something here for him, so it's, you know, historic. Also, it's actually going to be quite a nice place to live. So this is going to be Tempchester. Now, in Old English, Chester means castle, so hence why I called it Chester, and this is going to be Tempchester. So there's probably, I don't think there's any tools in the NAM that allow you to establish walls. I'm pretty sure that's not a thing, even in like the pedestrian mall and things like that. But we could maybe create some, I suppose maybe we could technically build like a footbridge that kind of looks like a wall. Well, we could, because we've got mountain trails. I don't know. Yeah, maybe there might be something in here that I'm missing. That obviously we've got diagonal streets and things like that. There might be something in here that I'm massively missing that allows you to build stuff like that. But you've got fraction angles and things like that. There's loads of cool stuff in here that I almost barely ever use. Like the rural road puzzle pieces is something that I really should use a lot more. It just takes a long time to build up those sorts of things. But no, I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to do something here. So the first thing I'm going to do is pause, because otherwise we're going to lose money on all the things we're building here. Right, so railway track here. Get out of here. Or as Retro Green likes me to say, shut up. Right, okay, so obviously I want to send this track down this way. I would, however, be keen on actually bringing a piece of track across here that maybe just joins in with this. So just a small piece of track, it doesn't have to be much. So we'll do this. Or actually, rather than doing that, we're going to create like a massive hub anyway, aren't we? So I was thinking maybe let's get another piece of track that runs in here. So we can obviously, there we go, we can join that in there like that, but that's okay, there we are. And then this can be a section of two pieces of track that is now going to come down here. So let's do that, lovely. I can also maybe join in there as well, because I was thinking of maybe creating like a freight train station for the farms, for the fields and stuff like that. Right, so there is obviously currently nothing from the south. So what I was thinking of doing is there are in fact a number of avenues on the southern section from here, from Mint Waters. We built a few avenues, so if we just delete these for now, there's a few avenues that are going to come north here, and some of them might, you know, spray around and whatnot. But there's also the motorway that's coming in here that ends. So I was thinking of maybe creating some sort of like avenue structure that maybe goes not all the way around, but a fair way around the hilltop here. So that is obviously then going to link up with the motorway. So if I did this, for example, and then let's build a again, we don't use them very much, but yeah, let's get another roundabout in here. Should really use roundabouts a lot more because they're brilliant. Okay, and then so we can then go with, say, an avenue that sort of come on, runs around the edge here. Actually, I might run this alongside the railway track for a little while, and then temporarily, like a little diagonal that maybe just ends up here somewhere. It just finishes there. So from here, we'll then transition into, say, a road. We can maybe, yeah, we'll probably bridge there as well. Yeah, we'll create some sort of road that comes off of there too, so we can go that way. So we can create some farms on that side. Okay, right, because this is obviously going to be quite a high sort of density area here. So, well, medium density anyway. So what I was thinking then was if we do a second roundabout, yeah, we'll have an avenue that basically sort of stretches in to the inside of this medium density area. It'll just finish there, that's fine. We'll run another one that goes south, and then we'll build this one here so that we sort of run this along there like that. And yeah, just sort of run it along the bottom of the hill a little bit, so it's like a dual carriageway that sort of comes around here. And again, we'll just finish this somewhere up here. So in particular with this one, we could maybe say, let's do that, and then join it into there. And then maybe I'll have a, I don't know, something like this that goes in there, which is where the freight train station is going to be, and obviously this is to do with all the farms and stuff like that. So we could do this. I'll run a road, and you know, I'll connect them up like via minor. So instead of a dual carriageway, I'll just connect these up like that. Essentially, is what we'll do. So we'll connect them up like that, and so it's just a network of things going on. And then from here, what I was going to do was I'm going to run a one-way. Does this. Comes around here like this, not particularly big. Actually, we will go a little bit further here. Okay, so I'll delete this, and subsequently that, and I'll put a couple of roads that maybe go across. That's fine. And then I'm going to use the pedmals, and this is going to be another like big commercial centre, essentially. Okay, so we do that, and then we'll have a little bit of light density sort of over here, and then the rest of it can be farms. So if we say run a road that does that, and then connect off of there, so that'll be the end of the medium density stuff. And then we'll go a little bit further. Actually, let's run this along the end here. So we'll build some light density stuff in there, and then we'll transition out into the farmland, basically. So how are we going to build this castle? I have no idea. We will manipulate that when we've got some money to play with. But right now, I'm just going to develop up this area. So I should have probably bought that over here, actually, to be quite honest. This track over this way, as opposed to bringing it over there. That's okay. It's probably going to be fun. It's all right. Okay, so I'll build the freight train station that I was obviously on about there. We will build a coal power plant. And I'm going to shove it in there like that. That's fine. And we're going to have to build the viaduct things again here. So do this. road over rail, there we go, and then cycle all the way through to this one, there, and then subsequently there. Excellent, okay, and then we have to do the same thing here. So I'll make this one shorter actually, so I'll just do this. Ugh. There we go. And then road over rail. So this is going to be a shorter bridge. There we go. But that's okay. Right. So we just run that over here like that, and then maybe, I don't know, let's maybe run it sort of along up this way. I don't know, because it is all to do with the farm. So, and then just join it in here, basically. So it's just a rural road that sort of runs through there, and there's going to be farms all around that. Okay, right. So we've got the power plant in place. Okay, so this is the one we obviously want to manipulate. So we'll go with some farms. So if we've got the power plant up here, then we're going to start by building some farmland somewhere around this way. It's probably going to be the likely area. So we'll start with this. That seems fine to me. Okay, we'll have a farm on this side of the track as well. Why not? That's going to be all right. We'll put some farming in here like that. This is going to be the end of the... There we are. So we'll do this, but also we'll build a few little blocky bits in here so it doesn't look quite so flat all the time. So we can do something like that. We'll put a farm in here like that, but we'll also do this. So it sort of runs up the outside of the building there. There we go, something a bit like that is going to be fine. There. I'll cover the entirety of this section. So then we can put one in there. And then I'll also do something like this, you know, so it's diagonal and interesting. I will, however, segregate some of this. So in particular, we're going to do that, because I think I'm going to run a road around the outside of this hill here. And I'm going to do the same from this side. So also that allows me to swap out and segregate those farms as well. So it's not one massive farm that just runs around the bottom for some reason, which is obviously not very accurate. So I think we were going to build some light density stuff here, weren't we? So actually let's D-zone, say that. And maybe there as well. Yeah, we're going to build a little bit of light density as we transition out of the city there. And then same over that way. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So again, if I did that, then I'm just going to run basically a road across there. And then probably a road there as well. That's going to be fine. Okay, cool. So that way places can link together. Cool, okay, so that's what we're going to do. So we'll start off with that. So we might as well get rolling here. Again, city ordinances, smoke detector program. We will also do the paper waste reduction, and I think I'm also going to go with the tire recycling program as well. Spend a little bit of cash on that. And then we're going to go with some low density residential there. And there. I'm going to put low density commercial in the gaps. So we can do this and subsequently this. So yeah, there's a road there, that's fine. And then a little bit there. And a little bit in there, and I don't know, maybe a little bit in there as well. That's going to be okay. Not too fast, but just so that it looks like there's at least some sort of, you know, property sort of thing going on over there. And the road runs along here. I suppose you could have put some trees around there. It probably would have been a little bit more sensible to do that. And then this is all high density. So if we go over here, we'll build a nice big piece of low density residential there. And in there. Probably a little bit there. Yeah, so that's going to be fine. I'm quite happy to do that. So there's just a bit of a gap between that and the avenue. No problems. And obviously we need to water it all. So I'm going to preemptively water everything here. So let's put the pump there. It's actually absolutely slap bang perfect. Right, okay. So we need to run 2 pipes down this section, which is obviously going to be easy. Another pipe there like that. I don't think there's anything there anyway, so that's okay. And then we can run a diagonal pipe across there. A diagonal pipe across there. And just a little bit of something there, because this is all going to be built in anyway. So we can immediately run the water, which is great. Sims invite men to pull up a chair. Excellent. Okay. That's not the best place in the world to live. Actually, let's maybe live somewhere, you know. I don't know. Let's put Martin Temple somewhere. I don't know. Top of the hill. That could be good. It's actually really good. You know. No, I'm not going to do top of the hill. I was tempted, but no. Let's maybe go. Yeah, let's go in there. That'll be alright. It's not exactly the nicest place, but that's fine. Okay, so we've done that. We need to manipulate the taxes here, so we're going to go 9.5 against 6 and 4. Or actually, no, you know what? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to make this a relatively expensive place to be. So we're going to go 10, 9, and 8. Because I don't actually want it to be all that high wealth. So I want it, you know, relatively medium-ish. Not too much high wealth. I think that's what I'm going to go for here. Yeah, so that's okay. Yeah, I'd be happy if it stayed like that, to be quite honest, the low density area. So, okay, let's get some medium density going then. So we'll start off with a bit of a piece. That's going to be fine, no problem with that, providing we provide the street access there. Also, can a soccer field fit in that gap? Oh, it's just that little bit too. That's ridiculous. Okay, in which case we'll go with a softball field on the corner then. That's going to be fine. And I'm also going to build some more here as well. So we need to provide some roads here. So I think I'm going to do this. So then that connects around there. And then this one, I'm going to connect in there like that. And I'm also going to run... That doesn't connect there, actually. I've decided I'm not going to make that connect. This can go off down here, though. And this one can as well. And that should be okay for roads, I think. You never know. Right, and I'm also going to go ahead and pop in a fire station. So, is the small one enough? It is, actually, which is great. So, if I can shove that in there, that'd be great, but I don't think it's actually going to... Even with the increased funding, I don't think it's quite going to cover the... yeah, so it only just about covers it there, so it might not have done so for that particular section. So yeah, let's make sure that we've got that going. Excellent, okay, so some medium density buildings starting to appear, which is nice. Of course, we've already implemented the water system, so there's no worries there. It's going to be about basically maintaining higher land values, but not too high. So let's go with a medium flower garden over there and a tennis court somewhere in there. That was on the wrong road, but what can you do? So yeah, we're going to put in a few bits of medium density sort of parks and whatnot, but not that many. So, right, that's actually a bit irritating. I'd rather do it like that, to be quite honest. So again, let's run a street off of here and then cover that corner. That's going to be fine. Let's put a large park green over there. But ultimately, this is going to be fairly rich anyway, because this is going to be the commercial section. So we're going to put in 2 large plazas in the middle there, and then this is going to be medium density commercial. So let's make sure. Actually, that's a prime. Yeah, that's pretty good. Good layout there, and so is that. Okay, fantastic. I didn't really count them up, but nevertheless, that's a nice nice layout. So can't argue with that. So all that's going to pop in. Obviously, big school. Yep. We will look to implement those relatively soon. The farmers market, sure. That looks like a cracking spot for the farmers market, right on the corner over there. Brilliant. And now is going to be the time for me to build the hospital. So let's pop that in there. And I'm thinking maybe 1,000 to start with. Not really sure. See how we go, but obviously that's going to improve people's opinions of this place. Yeah, 1,000 is going to be a good starter. So yeah, no complaints there. Okay, let's do that. And let's do that. That'll be fine. Again, that piece there, let's maybe put in some sort of park or something in there. Let's go with a park green over there. Soccer field doesn't quite fit in there, does it? But I can make it fit. Nah, no, it doesn't fit. So, flower garden it is then. So again, I was saying about not building too many parks. I'm actually ramming in quite a few here to fill in some gaps. So, ooh, there's a bit of a bad demand for residential here. Okay, interesting. That might be due to the lack of certain buildings, I suppose. Let's put in a church over there. And we also need a grave. There we go, right, so maybe there were certain buildings that hadn't been built yet. Let's put that over there, actually. That's going to be fine. A little bit out of town. High capacity school, fair enough. Don't think... Well, we could build a high school. That wouldn't be the worst idea in the world, to be fair. I suppose maybe an elementary school is probably going to be the priority, though, so maybe we should get one of those in. So let's build that on the corner there. And again, let's start off with 1,000-ish. Is probably going to be fine. So if we go with 1,000... might end up having to drop... Yeah, so that's not too bad. I might end up having actually to drop some taxes here. I feel like that's how I'm going to have to do this. So let's go 8 and 7 respectively then. So 8 and 7 probably is just that little bit too high. We'll increase the agriculture to 10. We also need a landfill, that's true. Although we might be able to maybe make a deal with a neighbour. No, there aren't. Okay, so we're going to have to build a landfill, which is not great. I don't really want to build a landfill here, but... Okay, fair enough. Over there, then. It's a right pain in the ass, but oh well. So I'll put a landfill in there. So actually now that's going to cost some more money. So I suppose we could. Northam has a little bit of trash they want to get rid of. Let's maybe take a little bit. And let's increase the amount of commercial properties. So let's build a few there. Really? I prefer... to do that, actually. Put a street in there. Be alright. Okay, it's slightly annoying, obviously, that we got that piece there, but I suppose I could maybe fill that in with some small plazas. Could be alright. So we can fill in some small plazas there, get a few extra buildings popping in, so we're actually making some money again. So yeah, we're doing okay. Let's put the statue in. So, where are we going to put that? Maybe over here somewhere? Actually there's a good spot. That'll fit perfectly. Right, yes, yeah, so the residential demand is not that brilliant here. Maybe due to the lack of jobs and stuff like that, because there's not a lot of industry nearby. Which is a potential issue. Traffic jams as well are obviously not brilliant. Yeah, quite the commercial issue here. That being said, there's also no police station here. So, how's about we go ahead and we pop in a large police station as well. So people can feel a bit safer. Right, let's drop the funding a bit here then. That will do, because it does not need that much funding. So we'll put in a police station. There we go, there's a little bit more growth now. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay, so there was a little bit more growth there. Good. Yeah, see the issue with that is there's no road going in there. That is a real pain in the ass. Right, let's get a street that goes there. So we're going to go with one building there, one building there, and then again I'm going to go with the 3 plazas in between. That'll do. Because that was a little bit awkward because of the way I designed that, but that's okay. Cool. Okay. Industry needs room to expand. Yeah, so it might well be, actually, that there's not enough jobs kicking around. which might actually be part of the problem as to why we're seeing this. Okay, let's build some more commercial in here then. That's going to be okay. We will put in a couple more medium plazas here as well. Just because it's a little bit further away from those plazas. So yeah, we can increase the land value there. Good. Okay, right. So yeah, actually quite bad for residential demand. We probably have to drop taxes further. There's a bit more medium residential requested though. So we could probably... That's probably going to be fine actually. So if we keep it to that, probably going to be okay. So again, let's just keep it to that. We don't need to build too much more there. And that is going to be a lovely spot for a soccer field. It is of course currently not connected to the road, but we can change that with a little street there. Fabulous. Okay, so that might take a while to actually develop in there, but that's okay. We can, you know, slow develop it up over time, which is fine. So we'll leave that be. So we can now concentrate maybe on running our little road around the outside of the sort of the hill fort thing that we got going here. So if we run like a road, essentially comes around here. So again, we don't want to just make it all straight, you know, so a lot of diagonal and curvy roads are usually quite fun as you make your way up to the top here. So, diagonal road there, let's go up a notch there, up to the side here, there we go, on the edge, and then round to the top here. Right, okay, so what do we want to do up here? Well, basically, what I was hoping is for some sort of landmark on the top here that maybe resembles a castle. I don't think there is, but the Smith Tower is probably an interesting one. You know, it's a peak at the end of the day, but Tower of London could be an interesting one. It's relatively small, though. Independence Hall, Lucia Royale, the Alma, yeah, maybe. So I'm thinking about maybe you could build a memorial up there, we could build, yeah, something. I was hoping for something to look more like a castle, though. To be fair, Taj Mahal could be good, though. St Basil's Cathedral, Museum of Natural History. Obviously, bearing in mind the money that we have. Yeah, no, there's not. Capitol building could be kind of a, you know, a symbol, but it's not old school. So what I'm actually thinking then, really oddly, is it doesn't look like a castle at all. But because of its age, I was thinking about Alcatraz, which is obviously a prison, but it's also big. So, like, it looks more. Yeah, okay, let's build Alcatraz at the top here. Which is, yeah, more interesting. But yeah, I was thinking about like historic things. Yeah, there isn't actually a castle, is there? No, there isn't really. So we could obviously build like we can imagine maybe we've got like castle gardens. So if we say maybe build some large gardens around the outside. So we got castle gardens, we've got like greens and things like that. There'd be no real harm in building some wind turbines up here, I suppose. Let's put a couple of wind turbines at the top here, which will obviously produce power for the area. Yeah, I was hoping to make it look a little bit more historic than this. We can build the Sphinx, of course, as you do. Put the Hollywood sign up here. Sure, let's do it. Let's put the Hollywood sign up here as you're coming up this way. Just trying to think about what else. We could put another one going the other way, I suppose. So it's like, you know, yeah, okay. I suppose you should have planted a whole lot of trees, to be honest. Maybe like a ranger station. So it looks like, you know, there's various things here. Yeah, put in a couple of ranger stations halfway up. So it's sort of, you know, they're the little park things that you get when you get to the top of castles. And sort of various bits and bobs in and around here. The ranger stations, of course, will probably need their own power supply. There we go. Looks relatively okay. So it's, you know, from a distance, obviously, if you didn't know it was Alcatraz, it's obviously some sort of building. I was hoping maybe like a cathedral, or I suppose St. Basil's Cathedral would have probably been done, but obviously I haven't made the terrain white or anything like that, so that would have probably been sufficient. But yeah, some sort of like ancient thing here with a road, obviously, that goes all the way up to the top. I should have probably put trees. Should have put a whole lot of trees around here. It would have been really nice. I'm just trying to think like what else we could potentially put here at the top. Not really sure. I suppose technically you'd have like power lines running down the hill, so that would be a thing. So you'd have power line running down the hill like that. Okay. Cool. Sure. All right then. Yeah, we need to manipulate these taxes. This is a pain in the ass. Right. So let's go 6. Because yeah, we're going to obviously need a bit more. No, it's interesting actually that I'm going to go 11 for that. There we go, a little bit more growth. That's better. A new house for the newly devout. I suppose we could put a church up here as well. That's not the worst idea in the world. We can put a church at the top there. Cool. Okay, that's actually a lot better. Just waiting for some of this to fill in here a little bit. I suppose worst come to worst, we could maybe make it commercial. But it seems to be that seems to be developing now, so no problems there at all. Lovely. Okay, right, so we've sort of built that at the top there. That seems nice. And, well, we can... it's basically like it's a hill fort more than anything like that. I would have loved to have done some sort of wall. I think there are mods that allow you to do that, but obviously I didn't really plan for it. I didn't think about building a castle at any point in time, and it sort of just came into my head. Okay, excellent. So if we save and exit to region, I suppose from the region view it will actually look quite interesting. So we can see it from the so it actually does look like an old castle at the edge over here, which is kind of cool. So. Yeah, that's brilliant. So we're down to our final tile. So in the next episode, we're going to begin coming down here to the final tile. We're going to build up some high density here. We're going to build our massive railway connection at the end. It's going to be great. Really looking forward to building this final tile. And yeah, so that's it for now. Cheers for watching, guys. This has been myself, Mandarin Tomato. Be sure to subscribe to follow the series and join me next time. More SimCity 4, where the region is one big city. See you later, guys.